Hello, dear friends. Much love to you all. I'm just catching up on a little bit of online work and thought I'll bring it outside and be with the birds, be with the trees, get on the earth. And that's what I love to do, whether or not I'm doing work, of course. Getting out in nature, it is the best. But if I am hopping on the laptop, hopping on the phone for an extended period, my ideal is to bring it outside. So I highly suggest that if you can, if you've got the opportunity to do so, get outside. And we need it. We need it. If you can't get outside, there's plenty of little biohacks and technologies available to almost mimic the dynamics of being out in nature, and you can bring it into your office, into your home. If you're interested in any of that stuff, I'm happy to suggest what I do and what Joe does. And yes, but I digress from what I wanted to focus on. So I'm responding to a bunch of email inquiries about our India retreat in September, which then inspired, I might as well do a little video addressing some of those reoccurring questions. So Anand Prakash Ashram in Rishikesh is a place that is so dear to my heart. I have had many incredible experiences there. It is a place where I have had such transformational peak experiences, and it really does feel like one of my homes away from home, truly. So to bring a group of people there is such an honor and such a joy that I don't take lightly. You know, it's really an honor. So thank you to those of you that have registered already and that are trusting in me. And Joe, such a beautiful group of people, has already registered. It's feeling so good, so deep and warm, and it's going to be an incredible gathering of people. There's been inquiries into the set and setting, the dynamics of the ashram, the conditions of it. It's a beautiful ashram, clean, fresh, beautiful staff there taking care of the facilities. But it is basic, intentionally it is basic accommodation. So it's not your kind of 5-star luxurious retreat. I love that sometimes. But I also love just stripping away the excessive luxuries and getting back to nature, getting back to simplicity. So it's comfortable. Every room has its own bathroom, its own shower. It is a very basic bathroom, but it does the job. You've got your own bathroom, your own shower, okay? As you'll see on our website, it is you've got the option for either twin share, 2 beds, and if you've got any, if you've got a friend coming or something like that, and you're requesting to pair up with them, just let us know for sure. And of course, on the website, you'll also see you've got the option to have a room all for yourself. Okay, so the food is vegetarian. Of course, if you've got your own dietary requirements, you can voice that and express that. I do recall from our last retreat, we had a couple of strictly gluten-free people that were a little bit unsure how they were going to navigate that, because we're in India and they use a lot of grains and beans and whatnot. But I recall, at least for one of these people, possibly for both, but definitely for one of these people, they were like, okay, I am gluten-free, I've been gluten-free for quite a while, but I'm going to give it a go. All the food is local, all the food is such high quality. I'm going to give it a go. And she was totally fine. She was having the chapatis and the naan and all the other foods and loaded up with gluten, but she was fine, which is interesting, isn't it? So I just wanted to note that for those of you that are gluten-free and don't know how you're going to go about the India thing and the typical diet in the ashrams. Of course, you can go gluten-free. We can give you gluten-free options, and many people do that. At the same time, it is interesting about the source of where that glutenized food is coming from. Worth noting, okay? Maybe, yeah, that's just worth noting. Other questions, are we just going to be in Rishikesh? No, we're going to explore areas close to Rishikesh where there are... Get some sirens over there. Hope they're all okay. Oh, it's a police car. Yeah. Yes, we are going to explore some areas close-ish to Rishikesh where there are some temples and ashrams that I love to visit. Okay, so we'll go a little bit deeper into the jungle, a bit deeper north, and check out these other areas. Of course, you'll have plenty of free time during the retreat to explore yourself. Some people have asked, are we going to do that trek to the Shiva temple in Rishikesh? That'll be optional. It was optional last time, but nearly everyone came, and it was a very hot day. It was a very intense uphill hike, but I've got great memories from that hike, so I do want to do it again. But we'll leave that as optional because you do want to be very fit for it. Other people have asked, what's the weather like that time of year? It can be hot, but it can start to cool down in September. So once we get into November, the weather does drop. It starts to get cooler. In September, typically it's still pretty hot, but the cool weather can come in surprisingly, unexpectedly. But it's typically beautiful weather. Hey, kookaburras. Hey. There's been such beautiful bird life today. So many black cockatoos, red tail, white tail, so many kookaburras, magpies over there. But again, I digress. I'm just really just stoked to be outside on this beautiful day and sharing this with you all. Other people have asked, are there shops and stuff like that close by? Yes. What I actually, it's really cool. So you can very easily get out into nature where it's very quiet and you can get away from the hustle and bustle. At the same time, where we are, not far from us, is cool hotels and cool cafes and cool shops. So you can immerse in that. You also can, and what I do encourage, maybe get all your shopping out the way in the first couple days, or leave it to the end. But we do encourage to give yourself time to strip away distractions. So all the touristy things, they're cool, do them, especially if it's your first time to India. But the ashram does have a potent energy in and of itself to just be in the ashram and maybe walk down to the holy river, down to the Ganga, and meditate on the Ganga. We will be doing a lot of meditations, a lot of practices down on the Ganga. It's one of my favorite things to do. Lots of meditations and practices up on the rooftop. Like I've mentioned on social media, it is one of my favorite places to practice, to watch the sunrise over the foothills of the Himalayas. Watch the sunrise while practicing. Oh, it's so good. What else has been coming up? I got to think about it for a moment. So the accommodation, the food, bathrooms in the rooms, shopping, cafes, shopping. I do want to welcome the experience of getting to Neem Karoli Baba's ashram. Now there's actually a few. So there's 2 Neem Karoli Baba ashrams in Rishikesh. One is just outside of Rishikesh, one is in Rishikesh, which we will visit. But the OG one, the most renowned one, the main ashram, that is about 6.5 hour drive from Rishikesh. I am wanting to go there. I am going to go there after the retreat, okay? So I want to extend that invitation to any of you that want to join me. If it's a few of you, we'll just get in a car and head to Kenchi, to Nainital, where the main Neem Karoli Baba ashram is. And yes, that won't be part of the retreat, but we'll do it straight after the retreat, literally the day after, okay? I was going to incorporate it into the actual retreat, but I've decided to leave it outside of the retreat, to not throw off the dynamics of a very focused, intentional retreat at the ashram. I want us to really ground on down at the one location for a good amount of time. If there's a bunch of us going, which I want you to let me know if you're keen, we'll organize like a minivan, a bus. Maybe everyone will come, and we'll just make it a big bus of people. Okay, so I did want to mention that if you're wanting to make a bit of a pilgrimage trip out of this retreat, yes, you could include that. Okay. Some of you have also asked for recommendations before and after the retreat, and I've already mentioned that to some of you. The Kenchi road trip. What you may want to do as well is to land in India, and I'm happy to suggest a few holy sites on the way from Delhi to Rishikesh, and you may want to do that. Or you can arrive to the ashram however much longer before the retreat begins. So the ashram will happily book you in for as many days as you want before the retreat begins. So just simply let us know and we'll connect you with the ashram. You can get your room sorted however long before the retreat begins. But I think that is about it for now. Joe and I will do a podcast episode. I know, it's been a while since I've done a podcast episode. School holidays went for 8 weeks. Part of my intention of school holidays was to be very, very present for the kids, and it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. But they're back at school now, so going to get back into the podcast. Joe and I will do an episode talking about India mainly, other stuff as well, but India. Oh, hey, buddy. Beautiful kookaburras right there. So if any other questions come up, shoot them through, and we'll keep the conversation going. But early bird ends in just a few days for the India retreat. We'll take it from there. Much love, everyone.